So last week I got into a car accident. Well, I hit a parked car, right? What happened was I was trying to pull out of a parking space and a not so nice driver did not give me the space to do so. And so I cut too hard to the right and ended up scraping the car that was parked. And I wanted to highlight a few things that in my experience, I was just like, wow, this was very effective in how the process went with me getting into a fender bender, if you will, here in the UAE. So after that took place, the other person just left. They probably saw me or didn't see me hit that car. I reversed, waited for the other cars to clear so I can go and assess the situation. I'm also in a rental car. So I go and I look to see what is going on with the rental car, how much damage I have there, and if there's any damage to the other car, which there was. So the process, if you hit a car, if you hit a parked car, is you need to first, wherever you are, you need to call the police. So I call the police and, asking, hey, I just hit a car. What do I do? They say, use the app. And I was like, what? Because in the States, I'm used to being like, okay, we'll dispatch somebody to assess the scene. And sometimes even in like minor accidents like this, they said, nope, go ahead, just use the app and, whatever, we'll handle it from there. So the app allowed me to be able to report the accident, take pictures of the car that I was driving as well as giving my driver's license information, take pictures of the other car that I actually hit as well as their license plate information. And then I said whose fault it was, which was my fault, and then pretty much press enter. But the app was a process of being able to file a police report instead of a police officer having to come on site and do the report there. It's digitized, which I thought was amazing. So after I submitted that, the police station actually called me to confirm the details. Like, hey, just got the report for, that you were in an accident. Is anybody hurt? Was the driver present? Yada, yada, yada. Whose fault was it? Confirming some of those details. And he was like, okay, great. Police report is on the way. And the police report, I got it within 5 minutes, which was great. He also asked me before he got off the phone, he was like, is the driver present? I was like, no. He said, great, I will call them. So he called the driver for me. Of course, I left like on a sticky note, my name, information, the reference number for the police report. But he was like, I'll give them a call. So I get the police report. Then I call the car rental company so that I can tell them that I got into an accident. And they're like, okay, get the police report, send it over to us, and then we'll start the process to get you, is the car drivable? If it's drivable, then we'll start the process to switch your car out so we can get the car fixed or whatnot. So I was on my way back home. So I said, okay, well, if they're going to switch the car out, I'm going to go to the car rental place and go and give them the car, and they can just switch it out. When I do that, they're just like, why are you here? You turning the car in? I was like, yeah, like you just told me it needs to get switched. I said, no. We will call you and we'll bring the car to you. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's different. I'm still in the same car. I guess the process takes a while because a lot of people here rent by month. A lot of teachers or people who work here rent cars out, so they might not have one that is in the class that I have in the rotation. So if it's drivable, it could take a while. But long story short, I was very appreciative. I think this was one of the least stressful traffic incidents that I have ever had in my entire life. And I was like, wow, from, the stress that I would have to speaking to an officer in person and being questioned about things and not knowing what's going on would have frustrated me if I was in a different country that doesn't have this particular protocol. One thing that I got a fine, which makes sense because I got the police report. So you got to think about the fact that, you're using their technology. Somebody is calling you who's on the clock and you're getting this documentation, this government documentation saying what actually happened, which will help justify the repairs that need to happen on either car. And also, to date, I have not heard from the other driver that I hit. I have no idea who I hit, but clearly we don't need to communicate because the rental car company will handle everything based off what I reported. But I would encourage other countries to look into the system that is here in the UAE because it was a seamless process. So yeah, I don't plan on getting in any more traffic incidents in the future, but I'm reassured by if it were to occur, that is a process that I can handle without getting too anxious or worried about what may transpire. I'm still waiting for the final results of everything. I have to turn in this car next week and things of that nature, and just seeing what the process is for me getting into an accident while having a rental car. But if things are going as they have been, I feel like the way that they have organized the situations like this, that I'll be able to be okay. And very thankful that I went ahead and got that basic insurance on here. I didn't follow our rule though. I was like, if you ever get into an accident, at least hit a car that's not expensive. I didn't do that. I hit a car that was pretty pricey. I don't think it was brand new, but it wasn't in the category range that I like for stuff like that. Anyway, I told you all that I would share more about my life living in the UAE and stuff like that. So that's just something. I think the UAE has a wonderful system for being able to report traffic incidences or minor accidents without having to get physical police involved, and something that you can kind of do yourself. So if y'all have any other questions, go ahead and comment below what other things that you want me to make quick videos. You see, I'm literally in the car because I was like, let me just tell you all now, and be happy to share that with you. Until next time, I'll see you.